Hi, Amish.
Hello, hello.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast where we can discuss about the global events in context to India. Nimish, let's start our today's episode. So, after the last time we met via podcast, many things have happened, and
Yeah,
let's discuss the major events one by one. So, the very important event in context to India is the recent state assembly election results, right? So five key states and union territories assembly elections were held and its results were announced. And it's very uh, turning point in Indian politics as such, because it's the first time the BJP has broken the Bengal's fortress, ATMC's fortress.
yeah,
Uh, and but yeah, still the South India is its last frontier. It's still not able to get into that, but still it's growing. Its presence is growing there also. So yeah, it's a very important assembly election. Uh, if we can go through the results at a glance. So in West Bengal, BJP is a BJP won with thumping majority. I think 207 seats. BJP plus alliance and Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is what we will also discuss, but they're the newly formed party, TVK, which is headed by actor Vijay. So they have scored they won not majority, but 107 seats out of 234. So yeah, I think 10 or 11 sort of majority. And in Kerala, the Congress have rebounded, and the UDF has won. And in Assam, BJP has what do you say has come back to power. Uh, so yeah, there's no anti incumbency for BJP.
yeah.
And the last but not all of this, our small union territory, Puducherry, which is also won by NDA. So yeah, Anish, what do you think about this turn in Indian politics?
Yeah, Bengal was surprising, but not really, because it
Not really,
was.
yeah.
I think it was inevitable that Mamta. There was a very strong anti-incumbency
True.
feelings within the state. So it was about time that some other party threw over Mamta. Yeah, it's a big win for BJP. I would say it's one of the biggest wins after the last central elections. So BJP has never won in Bengal. And this is the first time they have done that, and it's a big change. It's a big sign that Bengal I think is accepting the BJP politics now. Bengal has this history of like having a long reign of one party, and then they just get fed up with that party and then elect somebody else. Like
Change, yeah.
the left front was there for like 2-3 decades. Jyoti
Yeah.
Basu and those
Yeah.
people were there for like 3 decades, and then Mamta came to power. Mamta was there for 15-20 years, I think, and then now BJP. So yeah, they want to change. I think that's
But
the
but
takeaway.
but the West Bengal has been deteriorating like crazy, right?
Yeah, that's why they want to change
That's
because
why what it is. I read somewhere that the Singapore's president, I think Lee Kuan,
mhm,
he modeled Singapore based on Kolkata. In 1950s, he wanted
1950,
Singapore. Yeah, in 1950s, he wanted Singapore to become like Kolkata. But
mhm.
now Kolkata is very. It's not even in the. I think it's not even top of 5 or top 10. I think
Yeah, that's declined,
it's
and it's
declined
still
actually.
declining. It's still
Still
declining.
declining.
That's a
Exactly.
result of decades long of left rule, and then also Mamta was not
Exactly.
a didn't bring the change that she promised. It looked like Mamta may roll back some of the anti-business policies of left, but she continued the deterioration, and so yeah, I think the people of Bengal deserve something better, and
Exactly.
hopefully BJP will bring about that change to be seen. Yeah, but it's about time that somebody else came to power.
Yeah. So we're talking about Bengal, right? So like I was watching some brief documentary about Bengal, not documentary per se, but some history video regarding Bengal. So due to the left government's 2-3 decade rule, right? The major industries and like the industrial people or in the industrial owners actually fled from Bengal and took their business somewhere else. So due to that, the unemployment and poverty rose steadily. And but the left government understood that without the industrial base, the problem of unemployment could not be solved. So he tried to bring up industries like in the single issue, right? The single land issue, and due to the change in the stance of from left to capitalist stance, so that's what the Mamta struck in, and she opposed the single land being given away to industries, and then the Mamta rule once again declined that already declined state, and right now there's a rampant corruption, the cut monies, and law and order associations. So yeah, that kind of broad problems
Yeah, right.
in
Yeah, I
Bengal.
think around 2005, 2006, left tried to become a bit central, and Mamta
Mm. Yeah.
replaced left. She became left,
Exactly.
and many people wanted a left-leaning government, and even in
Mm.
2005, they still thought a left-leaning government would be the best for them. But now I think people have realized that maybe this is not sustainable, and
Exactly.
the state has just declined because of the
Decline.
left rule and the left kind of
Exactly.
policies. So
Mm.
Mamta, I think Mamta was ideologically like she portrayed herself on the left front, like in 2005, 6, all these farmer protests and protests against industry and all of that. But I think after she came to power, she was sort of not really ideologically aligned to any
Yeah.
kind of front. She
Mm.
was like she didn't have any ideological stances. She was maybe more of an opportunistic kind of a person who just wanted to retain power somehow, and she just retained power for 15 years without.
Exactly.
She was not capitalist by any stretch of imagination, so she didn't encourage industries to come to Bengal or did anything for that. And she was also not left because I mean
Mm.
she was not like the earlier left front rules, but she was sort of continuing the same policies, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And opportunistic, right? And
Yeah,
also the law and order situation got worse. During this
yeah,
RJ Karan
yeah,
case, yeah. So that mobilized a lot of women
yeah.
to vote against Mamata because the women saw that all the TMC goons
Hmm.
or TMC supporters did that, and the DD was also TMC supporters. So the public saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
the ruling political party is trying to protect, trying to to keep some people away from this whole issue. So yeah,
Yeah, that
I think
was
that
like
was
blatant misuse of power and like just
great.
mockery of law and order. Like it was all obvious that different people involved in that incident were all TMC associated. And I think Mamta openly sort of supported TMC people in that case. Like
Yeah,
she was, yeah, she didn't forget about taking actions. She was sort of supporting some of the like higher up TMC people in that whole thing. So it was, yeah, blatant misuse of power and blatant show of, of mockery of the entire thing. So I think that was the trigger maybe
maybe.
for a change. Yeah.
Yeah, so with this Bengal win, the BMT, sorry, the BJP controls Gangotri to Bay of Bengal, the whole Ganga belt.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of in the heartland. So what do you think about
Bay of Bengal and even beyond Assam as well.
yeah,
So
no,
yeah,
but the whole Ganga belt, right? The whole
Ganga belt, yeah.
yeah. So that
And
kind of
some Brahmaputra belt as well. Like
Brahmaputra belt and Brahmaputra belt also.
yeah, yes, yes. Mamta lost her seat as well, right? She lost her
Mm,
seat. I think.
mm,
That's the most humiliating kind of defeat, where you even lose your
exactly,
own seat.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a clear sign that you just yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, clear sign that people wanted to change.
change, exactly. So yeah, from one humiliating defeat to another humiliating defeat, the sitting chief minister of Tamil Nadu, Stalin, was also defeated from its own seat, and its party was also came down from the majority, where the TVK has gotten 108 seats out of 234. So, Ramesh, what do you think about this new phenomenon? Not new in Tamil Nadu per se. Tamil Nadu was just a actors were just a pipeline for politicians. So,
Yeah,
but the scale and the timeline, like he found party 2 years ago, and one became chief minister after 2 years after that. So that's a uh, it's a very impactful 2 years.
yeah.
And
I think
so
it's the same story there in Tamil Nadu as well, but people wanted change. There was this
mm,
two-party system, AIDMK and DMK. These two parties sort of, sorry,
yeah, ultimately they form government.
yeah, they just alternated and they formed government, and I think people wanted change there as well.
Yeah, people wanted change there as well, but they trusted a very fresh party. No? It's yeah, very young party, and let's see if their trust is misplaced or if they are right in electing a new, giving a new party a chance.
Exactly. Actually, they didn't want the DMK government, but they couldn't find any alternative in AIDMK. So they
Yeah,
trusted this outsider. So
yeah,
they thought, let's give him a chance. And the youth highly mobilized around him. Him as a figure, like Vijay figure. So the youth mobilization is great, it's a great insight from this Tamil Nadu election. I think
yeah,
BJP has seen BJP has already seen that how youth
yeah.
can be mobilized around a single person, and that I think BJP will use in next election.
Yeah, but you need
Yeah,
a
you
face
need
like
personality. Yeah.
yeah, like Vijay, an actor to mobilize youth. So you need,
But they can I think they can place someone like that, like in yeah, many YouTube influencers and many
yeah.
social media stars are already
Mm.
lobbying to get into politics. So yeah, they can. I think
The same thing has happened in Nepal as well, right?
yeah,
With that their PM was a
mm, yeah,
rapper, like
yeah,
a youth icon. So yeah, it's true. I think if you can mobilize youth, you can easily change the government and get into power. Um, but to be seen how effective this new party is. Like
mm,
they got a chance, they got a mandate. Now they have to prove their worth, like their capabilities.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if they make use of this chance, and if they rule properly for 5 years, govern properly for 5 years, then we will have three-party system in Tamil Nadu, which is always a welcome sign. The more the merrier, the more
More than
fierce the competition is, the better for the voters. So let's hope. I am rooting for them, and let's hope they succeed.
also all the Dravidian parties like the DMK, AIDMK, and now TVK also has promised way too many freebies in their election
Even TVK, the
campaign.
same thing.
Even TVK, yeah, he has
Yeah.
promised more. I think. I think yeah, in marriage you will get one sovereign gold and
Yeah.
uh, some
I don't
many
know
things for
why
girls.
this is so appealing for the Tamil Nadu people. Like they need to move away from this freebie kind of
Exactly,
uh, you know
exactly,
election
and they're not
campaigns.
and they're not that poor like compared to
Yeah,
Bihar and UP.
they should not reward this kind of campaigning where you just
Exactly.
offer freebies and people vote for these kind of parties. They should move away from that. Um, let's see if TVK actually offers freebies like they have promised. Let's see if they do. Yeah.
Yeah, after becoming the chief minister, he said that I think there's a very much pressure on the government the balance sheet like 10 lakh crores
Mm.
that is there to be paid, and I think yes, he's
Yeah.
already making excuses.
Yeah, so now reality is hitting him in the face, and
Exactly, exactly.
yeah, making all these
People can,
promises are
yeah,
easy.
people can
Mm.
promise you the moon, right? Because in the reality, where do you get your money from?
Yeah, making promises is easy. Yeah, so let's hope
And so yeah,
they
exactly,
just promise freebies in campaigns, but don't actually execute their promise.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with this, I can what I can relate in the Mamata Banerjee's TMC's case is TMC is a very like a regional party, right? They don't
Mm.
for to have its funding. They don't have any like a major industries or a major business tycoons. Maybe
Mm.
some, but not the many to fund them, right? So, what is their funding source? They take cut
Mm.
money from everything. I was reading like if someone wanted to renovate the house,
Mm.
then they need to pay bribe to the
Mm.
TMC worker or TMC goons to have their to get it processed
Mm.
and then also to pay money for to the officers, and in all levels there's
Mm.
many more
That's
corruption.
that's an interesting point. So, like people hate BJP because BJP is allegedly bankrolled by all these industrialists, but that means that they don't have to
Exactly,
sorry,
they don't have to
suck money from common people. They
on
have a
people.
reliable source from somewhere else. So
Exactly.
every party will eventually need money, and if
Yeah,
they don't have industrialists backing them, then they will just try to suck this money. They'll just try to get this money from common people.
exactly.
So yeah, maybe industries backing parties is not that bad after all.
Not bad. Yeah. I
But
think
as long as
but in TMC's case, it was an extreme. Like in every road, there was some unofficial TMC toll. If you enter West Bengal, you have to pay toll to TMC workers and all that. That kind of after the BJP came to power, that kind of fighting completely stopped. Many videos of truck drivers showing that we are not paying toll tax anymore, and that kind of thing has surfaced. So that's a good thing. Let's see what happens.
yeah, I mean yeah, if now uh, after BJP comes to power, if they can uh, yeah change all this uh,
Cut
hafta
money
wasuli
system.
that was
Mm,
going on, that will be nice. Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, like the alternating Dravidian parties. DMK and AID, AIDMK, and from there the TVK emerged. But in its adjacent state, Kerala, the bipolar party continues. The UDF came to power after the 10 years of LDF ruling the state. So
Hmm.
yeah, some third player or some other player is not it's not that. But yeah, BJP is slowly building its voter base. The voting percentage of BJP has increased, but still not that relevant. So yeah,
Yeah, they're making
uh,
inroads. I think
inroads.
they won 2 seats this time,
3 seats, I
or
think.
3 seats. So they're making inroads.
Mm,
And it's the first time they won any seat at
yeah,
all, right? So yeah, making progress. But and also this is the first time there is no left government in any state in
yeah.
India.
United States, yeah, exactly.
First time since independence, I think.
First time saying,
Yeah,
I
or
think
in
first
a
time
very
in
long time.
1970s.
And in 70s maybe, yeah, in a very long time, first time. Because there was left in Bengal for 20, 30 years and then left in Kerala for a long time. So I will celebrate that. I don't think
Exactly.
left governments have, I mean, they have done some good things like making progress in education and some of those things, but overall it they didn't contribute to
Yeah,
sustainable progress of
the
any
Kerala
state.
left is somewhat there's some nuance to this left, because if they were like the Bengal, the left government they would be obliterated a long time ago. But they are getting money from Gulf, so
Yeah.
that kind of sustains the politics. So that's kind of so this is some very deep topic. Let's not dive.
Hmm.
Let's not divert our attention. But yeah, let's get into our the Kerala story, and
Hmm.
how UDF won the election. So yeah, I think in Kerala also there's a trend. Normally, for 5 years, LDF LDF rules, and after that the UDF rules. So last time the LDF got two terms. So from the last 10 years, LDF was the ruling party. So now the UDF is came to power. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's kind of interesting thing, and
Yeah.
let's see what happens. And I think mm, in Kerala, whichever party comes, there's some left leanings in this. Though the whole state has a very left ideology, left leaning ideology. So yeah, whichever CPIM or Congress, they're already left to the center. So yeah, more left and some less left. So yeah,
Yeah. The same thing was there with Bengal, right? Like
hmm,
the
yeah,
state was like inherently left leaning. So
left
even
leaning, yeah,
TMC would come to power by left kind of leftish agenda. Same with Bengal. Same with Kerala. I think it's good that there are some states where BJP has not made inroads, because it's also good to have some local
hmm,
parties ruling local states and having that kind of local agendas. Because yeah, I think strong state governments focusing on their state priorities is also important. We need those that kind of governments.
yeah,
So yeah, I would again hope that Congress or UDF do good things in Kerala and uh, yeah,
yeah.
make the state prosperous. Yeah.
Prosperous, exactly. So yeah, from Kerala, let's go to the northeast. Like in Assam, BJP has once again came to power. To historic third consecutive term, like the BJP led NDA, he's he's he, he's forming his third government in Assam. So
Hmm.
it's the very so yeah, in Assam also due to its proximity to the Bangladesh, there was some infiltration earlier. After that, after the BJP came to power, that kind of that has stopped to more extent. So in West Bengal, that is still a problem. So BJP, the BJP's issue was one of the issue was this also in
Mm.
Bengal, that the infiltrators will be deported, or
Mm.
the border system will be strong. So yeah, that
Yeah.
kind
Maybe
of
they saw what's happening in Assam, and maybe they want the same in Bengal as
mm,
well. Yeah.
exactly.
Assam,
Uh,
this time around, the voter turnout was like 85%, like record voter
record.
turnout. Yeah. So
West Bengal was more than 90%.
more than 90%. Really?
Yeah, West Bengal. Yeah, I think
Wow.
92%.
That's very good to see.
Very
Usually it's like
good.
60-65% normally
Yeah,
in most states. So
people
90% is
people
really good.
came to Bengal from all over all over the India to
Mm.
vote.
I even saw some flights from US to Tamil Nadu for Tamil Nadu elections, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
people traveling from overseas to cast their vote, which is
You
very
vote.
good to see. Mm.
So
So
yeah, and
yeah,
also the government, the central government is pushing the infrastructure development, right?
mm,
And that kind of also people see that the infrastructure development, uh, if not directly, indirectly helps them. And the government has major push regarding the infrastructure development in Assam. So yeah,
but
that
that's a
kind of
central government thing, right? Like,
no
why would state
cen-
government?
central government, but state government opposes to because the land because suppose you want to construct a road, suppose a
Mm,
expressway, the land
mm,
acquisition is with state. So if
state? Yeah,
state cannot give land to the central government,
yeah,
they couldn't they can construct like the bullet train got stuck in the due to last Mayoti government could not
yeah.
acquire the land.
This is a bit unfortunate, right? I think I would want this kind of a balance where state is somebody else and central is somebody else to create to keep some balance. But if things don't move at a fast pace because of this mismatch, then people will want to align both the levels,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
then
exactly.
it gives too much power to one party.
Too much power. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, the system is a bit, yeah, it it incentivizes centralization of power. Uh, it
Yeah,
incentivizes that one party, uh, yeah, grab all the power, which is
incentivizes that, and also delays development, delays infrastructure deployment, development.
yeah. If the
That
party, if the state government is of some other party, they will delay unnecessarily. So yeah, that's also bad. I don't know if like has I don't know much about the BJP government in Assam. Like, apart from the illegal migration issue, what else oh, has they done something good in Assam? Do they have a good
uh,
track record?
I don't think so. I don't know for sure.
Because I've seen that CM Himanta Biswas like being active on social media and tweeting slightly controversial things, and he's always in news for something or the other.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But is he a good CM? Like, is he doing something good in Assam?
I think all the I think bearing few like the Hemanta Biswa Sarma and Yogi Adityanath, most of the I think decision not decision but the most of the overview or planning I think is done from Delhi. I think.
That's also not the
Hmm.
right thing.
Not there.
Yeah. State government is there for state priorities. No, they should also have their own vision, own plan, and own priorities. And they should not just toe the line. That's
Maybe they maybe do not maybe they do some of the planning or strategizing per se. But I think the like the majority like the ideological like the way forward thing like if you want to construct the bullet train from here to Arunachal
mm,
Pradesh.
mm.
So that makes sense. That's sort of a multi-state kind of a thing, a project. So the central would have a say there.
Hmm. Yeah, but local day-to-day operations, the center won't
Hmm.
interfere in that because center has
Yeah.
its own thing to do, right? You
So
don't
if
have that.
the state government is keeping the local system clean and corruption free and running it smoothly, then I think that's a good thing. I think in
I don't
India,
think
that's our bar. Like the system should just
exactly
run
run.
with too much friction and with just run smoothly and just keep it clean and corruption free, and people will be happy. They don't demand
No,
any more than
exactly.
that. They're very yeah, low demands from our government.
But I don't think Assam is generally in the news for good or bad things. There's no news about many projects in Assam. I don't think. Don't know,
Yeah, yeah. It's
right?
mostly the CM tweeting something controversial, and then yeah, he himself is in the news, but not his policies or like
Hmm.
what his government does. I think that's not normally in the news.
I think the road development is in a good pace.
Mm-hmm.
Road and infrastructure development. I think airport construction is also going on. That kind of thing is okay, but no other major news making
Mm-hmm.
projects per se. I think.
Yeah,
But yeah, Assam is also a very small state, right?
it's not that small. Come on, it's
But
quite big.
no, but as compared to West Bengal, it's small, right?
Not that
It's
small, I
small.
think, but I think it's not as
No, it's
populated.
small.
It's not as
Ah, yeah,
populated.
populated. Yeah, populated. Yeah, exactly.
I think
Populated
it's
in
not
population
flat.
wise
Like it's
also.
the terrain is
Yeah,
mountainous
yeah,
and there are forests and all of that, so it's not as populated. Yeah,
it's populated and also not economically
yeah.
uh, very economically mighty, right?
But that could be because it's underdeveloped. So that's why the government should develop it and focus on the development. But I think it's just less. It's just smaller in terms of
Smaller,
population,
yeah.
and that's why the GDP would be small and everything would be small.
Smaller, yeah, exactly. So yeah, Nimish, let's go to our next topic, which
Yep.
is the Trump's China visit. President Trump and Xi Jinping shaking hands in Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this meeting, the high stakes meeting, uh, as they say, in Beijing, I think some like the Nixon's visit to China. I think some pivotal moment. I think this is a turning point, somewhat turning point because of the juncture at which the meeting is held, right? Uh, if we can pinpoint on some major development on the backdrop of which this meeting is taking place. So yeah, one of the major topic is the Iran war stalemate, because the Strait of Hormuz is still blocked by Iran, and China. I think China is buying, I think, more than 80% of Iran's oil, and
Yeah.
and also majority of China's oil also come through the Strait of Hormuz, and due to the rising prices, the prices of oil has increased tremendously in all the countries.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the what Trump wants is she is to she build pressure in Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So can you imagine uh, can you imagine the what is the turning point in this whole geopolitics where the United States president is uh, is requesting Xi to please put some sense into Iran. That kind
Yeah.
of that's interesting, and that's some turning point uh, in world geopolitics, right?
Absolutely. I think this is a humiliating moment for the US where they are like completely powerless. It's obvious that they are powerless and they have to uh, literally request China to do something now. to put pressure on Iran or somehow get them out of this whole soup. So it's like clearly visible that yeah, who is the powerful country and who wields more power now, and uh,
Exactly.
yeah, which country is desperate, and yeah, this is in a very short span of time. I mean, this was inevitable. Like everybody knew that China
Exactly.
is will eventually become more powerful than the US. But in a very short span of time, I think US just lost its dominance, its influence, its control, everything, and now it's like a desperate second-rate power
Yeah, it's like
leading.
it's like when you drown, nah, what do you say?
Yeah, you're trying to just
Yeah, you're just trying to get out of water. So that's what that Trump is trying to do. I think he's
yeah,
trying to make all the things that can be done. And wha- see the China, which I think 30 to 40 years ago was just developing, it's a poor developing country, and in
yeah,
just 40 years is challenging the US supremacy. That's it's very
yeah,
it's that's been never done. I think ever in the history.
yeah. And tables have turned in a few decades, and I think US shot itself in the foot at many points in the last
Exactly.
decade, but it's continuing to do that, and it's like obvious and undisputable that US won't be able to defend Taiwan or like wield any uh, significant
Exactly.
influence in the South China Sea and that. So yeah, I think it's a wake up call for these countries as well, Taiwan, South Korea, Japan, that they can no longer rely on the US. It
Rely on
was
US. Exactly.
becoming apparent, but now it's like undisputable that I think
Mm,
they know on this thing
exactly.
that
They know
they
this
can't
thing.
rely
Yeah.
on they
Exactly.
can't rely
Exactly.
on NATO anymore. They have to diversify their reliance. Yeah.
And China's main emphasis is on Taiwan. And I think the Chinese government has clearly stated that any misadventure on China will be dangerous
Yeah,
and will be dangerous and then the direct action will be taken. So yeah, that's
yeah.
very
In fact, there was some statement released by the US as well, like a joint statement on Taiwan during this
I don't
visit. Not a joint statement, maybe, but somebody, I think, some reporter asked Trump about Taiwan, and he's. I think the question was, will US go to war in case Taiwan is invaded? And he sort of dodged the question by saying that the last thing we want is another war, something like that. So
yeah
he didn't say
exactly.
yes or no, but like he is not.
US is in no position to say yes, right?
Yeah, and it's obvious that even if they want to, they won't be able to get into
They
another
won't be
war
able to
now.
exactly.
Yeah.
No way in hell. And also the one of the other things in context to this Iran war is the rare earth minerals supply chain. So
Hmm.
as you know that all the missiles and all the drones and all the electronic warfare which has been used in the Iran war has to
Hmm.
be replenished, right? And which requires chips. So that there's literally chip shortages
Yeah.
to make weapons. Uh,
Mm.
and I think last year China extended for 1 year to supply rare earth minerals to US. And and now Trump wants this extension for 1 more year. So yeah,
Yeah.
can you see the change? Like the US president is requesting, please extend
I
for
think
one
China
more
has
year.
such a chokehold on all the supply chains that
Not to choke all,
like
yeah,
strategically it's just out of touch, like out of reach of any country. Like
exactly,
US is just completely strategically reliant on China, and like
completely, exactly.
I think Trump knows that. That's why he's trying to, yeah, improve his relations with Xi, and is not. Yeah, he knows that he doesn't have any cards in this
Yeah,
case.
exactly.
Yeah, and I think he wants to woo Xi, in fact, and that's why he brought this different
All
CEOs
the
with him,
yeah.
Nvidia CEO and Apple CEO, and so he wants to sort of offer all these advanced technologies, the US technologies, in return for strategically important things from China. So yeah, he wants to woo China now somehow.
He wants market access for these companies.
But he won't do that for without anything in return. He wants something, and I think all these
Yeah.
strategically important things like rare earth access and electronic supply and all of that, he wants to get that in return. Yeah.
Hmm.
He wants market access for sure because he, in fact, invested in all these companies a few months ago. Such a blatant conflict of interest, no?
Is it? Is
Like,
it
yeah, he
invested?
invested in Nvidia, he invested in Apple and like a few other companies, and now he's taking all the CEOs to China, and all these stocks of Nvidia and Apple are all time high. So I mean, such a
Pure
blatant,
conflict of interest. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I mean, such a corrupted system in the US, no?
Exactly.
They
Such
can
corruption.
openly like it's kind of insider trading. Like
Exactly. Exactly. It's already, yeah.
it, Trump plans who will accompany him on this trip, and Trump buys the the stocks of those companies. It's kind of insider trading. Yeah, but
Also, some other things that Trump wants China to buy is uh, Trump wants China to buy its soybean, like its agricultural produce, and
really,
Boeing,
mm,
yeah, and Boeing planes.
yeah,
So
going.
as you may know that the Trump's voter base is mainly the, I think, the farmer area, or the, what you say, wheat belt of that,
Yeah,
I think,
the
U.S.
Midwest
central
farming
Midwest
belt. Yeah,
farming belt. So yeah, that is the major Republican supporter, and due to these tariffs, there was a major, what do you say, price fall, and many
mm,
people have lost their business, and many people
mm.
have filed for, what do you say, bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
Yeah,
Mm,
bankruptcy.
yeah,
Because in the US the farmers are mainly a businessmen, right? Not farmers like ours. They are businessmen. They have acres and hectares of land. So they are basically one man farmer, one farmer businessman, something like that. And many have filed the bankruptcies.
mm,
Yeah, that's kind of putting pressure on Trump, because it's their core constituency. And yeah, so Trump wants China to buy soybean, because China was the major purchaser of US soybean,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
also
China is
Boeing planes.
such a big market that if Trump somehow manages to, yeah, s- strike some contract with them or some kind of agreement with them, then it will be a win for the US farmers. Yes, and China would be
Mm.
a big um like consumer of soybeans, I guess.
Yeah, China is the largest consumer of US soybean. I think more than 50%. I think more than 50 or
Mm,
something percent.
yeah, makes sense. Also, airplanes, that is as you were mentioning, I think China was
Yeah.
expected to place an order for 500 airplanes, but they didn't place that big of an order. But they're still buying less than that,
Mm,
but they're still buying airplanes from the US.
exactly. I think China has also invested many billions of dollars into its own aircraft. I think it's still in very infancy stages, not infancy, in very childhood stage, but still
Yeah,
it's progressing much faster. And
yeah.
after some time, China will not need a Boeing or Airbus. They'll make their own planes
That will
and
be a
supply
good
to.
thing.
That
Again,
will be a
this
good thing.
duopoly of Airbus and Boeing is not good for the world. Like, look at the state
Exactly.
of Boeing right now. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
third
think
company
I, I,
will be a.
I'm thinking why would somebody buy from Boeing? Because it's quality control
No
is
other option,
very,
no? I mean, uh, I don't know.
yeah,
I mean, Airbus
their
like
option.
no, Airbus is an option, but Airbus won't be able to supply. Like even if you go with Airbus, Airbus will
Uh,
have their delivery dates in like after 5 years or something. So there won't be any other
exactly,
option but to go with Boeing if you want planes next year, something like that. So with just two companies in the market, yeah, I'm sure Airbus's order book is full for next
yeah, full,
5-10
exactly,
years. Yeah. And maybe
exactly,
there are also, of course, cost considerations. Airbus may not be as competitive as Boeing in terms of price and everything. So yeah,
exactly. And also, you can clearly see the difference between China and US, right? The US wanted immediate short-term results from China, like buy our soybean,
mm,
give one more year access to your rare earth and that kind of thing. The China wanted long-term stability from US, like they wanted to like the guardrails, like you can't if we like say moving in a path, there's a guardrails, you can go from here to there. They wanted stability and uh, peace peace and
that's a
stability.
oh, that's a very good point. I think that's the difference between democracy and a one-party system for you. Like that's like democracy is such a
Mm,
short-term system that people are just worried about this year, next year, and like short-term goals. They're not even thinking about long-term strategic goals. They're thinking about selling soybeans this year, and
exactly,
and China has all these strategic plans and strategic asks and goals. Yeah, that's there are definitely upsides of having a one-party one-party system.
exactly. And this quid pro quo game can be beneficial to China in China also in short term, because if the oil pressure eases, China will benefit from it tremendously.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so
But
yeah,
China
that
also
kind of
like nobody wants this Iran war to drag on.
exactly.
Like
No,
people
nobody.
wants everybody wants Strait of Hormuz to reopen. It's just that nobody knows how to do it. And I think China is in a good position to uh, put pressure on the right points in Iran. But yeah, let's see if they can help
Exactly,
resolve this issue. But now, if they can actually resolve this issue, if they can be a mediator and convince Iran, then it will be a such a humiliating show for the US. No, US had to go
exactly.
to China. Trump had to
China
visit China, and then China uh,
humiliation. Exactly.
was generous enough to step in and do something for the US because US couldn't do it itself. So yeah, yeah, it's interesting show of power.
Interesting turn of events. Also, you can see I think the the strategic thinking or the foresightedness of China, that they know that the chemistry between the two leaders is very transactional or very
Mm,
I think volatile, because the people based, because making decision based on emotions of two leaders, it's very difficult, right?
mm,
So they proposed the U.S. China Board of Trade and dedicated bilateral channel specifically for this trade system, like to negotiate trade deals or for tariff related issue and all. For this negotiated a board, specific board, uh, and yeah, and the
mm,
China wants that, but US wants immediate buying of soybean kind of thing.
Right. So you're saying that China doesn't want to negotiate directly with the president
With
every
Trump,
time. They want
exactly.
a
System. They
system
want a
where
system. Yeah.
other people are involved and like other voices
Mm.
are involved, and they can influence Trump on the US side, like the US board, uh, who can maybe advise Trump in a more sensible way and make Trump less transactional and
There.
less rash. Um, yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, they don't want to deal with just one person's idiosyncrasies. They want
Exactly.
a stable board, and they want to deal with that. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think one more interesting thing which the Chinese president has said in speech is the nuclear leaders trap. Do you
What's
know
that?
what is that? It's it's when the rising power. It's when the rising power clashes with the already established one. So I think it's based on I think Roman ancient
Hmm.
uh, ancient Roman powers in 5th century BC. The Athenian power terrified of Sparta. Uh, Ultimately, where both kingdom collided and many decades long war took place, and nobody benefited from it. So yeah, the Chinese president wants to avoid that trap. He
What is
said
it
that
called again? What is it
I
thing?
think I can't
It's a Roman thing. It's a Roman phrase.
Roman, yeah. To Sucleonidas trap.
Crocodile trap. Okay. Hmm. Right.
So yeah, that's some interesting thing.
Yeah. I think China always wants harmony. I think they're maybe not always, but they are inclined more towards harmony than destabilization. I think they think
Mm,
that even for their own benefit, even for their own development, it's beneficial that the global order is harmonized and it's not chaotic.
exactly. Chaotic, exactly.
Yeah, I think even like at a societal level, people in China are always in favor of harmony. They are not
Mm,
um, like destabilizing, or they're not anarchists. They want
exactly.
sort of
Stability.
they want to retain the status quo, and they want to keep things balanced. So that would explain that they don't want to uh, displace US in a more destabilizing way. They want to, of course, be the superpower, and they want to replace US, but I think in a more strategic way and not in a blatant, overly arm twisting way. I think,
Mm,
yeah,
exactly. In a very humble way.
yeah, humble but forceful, like no,
Hum,
humble but no, no, this
Humble,
is
confident, humble.
confident, humble way. Like, yeah, yeah.
Sure. So yeah, did you want to add anything, Nimish, in this Trump
No, I
visits
think
to China?
we covered all the important points. I just hope that the Iran issue is gets resolved somehow
Exactly. Yeah.
now, with the help of China or whichever country. I think it's time that this issue now gets resolved, and I think Trump has learned his lesson. Hopefully, he will not get into other misadventures in future. But this issue getting dragged on is a negative outcome for the entire world.
Negative for the entire world. Yeah, the whole
Yeah,
global economy will suffer. I think.
yeah,
Have you saw the PM Modi's speech?
yeah.
Where he, where he gave some uh, advices, unofficial advices,
Yeah. And to not buy gold for a year
not by
and
goal,
to
use less petrol, use EV,
yeah, yeah. If
less
this
for travel.
this whole episode helps us transition to renewable energies, then it'll be a good thing. Like it'll be some silver lining of this whole debacle. But yeah, let's see.
But the China is already majorly, not majorly, but yeah, he more than very much so dependent on EV. So, but they still need uh,
Yeah, I mean, automobiles is
oil.
just one consumer
Yeah,
of petrol. Right? There are
yeah,
so many
exactly,
other
exactly.
requirements, like
Refined
fertilizers, for example, fertilizers, steel
fertilizers,
industry, and all
steel
these. Like
industry.
lots of industries
Yes,
relying on plastics, rely on uh, fossil
and
fuels. So
other petrochemical uses.
yeah, they're petrochemical uses exactly. So
Mm,
every country is reliant on petrochemicals currently at least. Yeah.
mm,
Mm.
exactly. So yeah, after this Trump's China visit, let's now get into another uh, a controversial story from India, the NEET paper leak. So
Mm.
the NEET national eligibility come entrance test, which is the premier exam for getting into a medical seat. Uh, the paper got leaked, and the exam was cancelled by the National Testing Agency, which is the authority which conducts the exam. And I think if we look at the data, I think 2.3 millions through 2.3, I think 23 lakh people appear in the exam, and on only I think 1 to 3 lakhs of the medical seats are there. So yeah, it's very tough competition, and it's very high stakes, which causes this uh, leaks, paper leaks, and all because people do all kind of tricks to get a medical seat. Uh, so so yeah, Nimish, what do you think about this NEET paper leak?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Absolutely, it's a high stakes exam, and a paper getting leaked for this exam is just also a reputational damage and ask questions like raise concerns about the credibility of the entire process. Like mm, this year, this entire thing got caught. What about previous years? Maybe the
Exactly.
same thing happened previously and nobody
Nobody
knew
caught.
about
Yeah,
it and nobody got caught. So uh, yeah, it raises concerns uh, about the credibility of the process. I'm surprised, like for such a high stakes exam, they don't have proper processes in place to ensure that such leaks don't happen. Like
mm,
I was reading that the some like some teacher in Pune who
exactly.
was some NTA like national I
Testing
don't
agency.
test
Testing
agency
agency.
appointed person, and she had access to both botany and zoology papers. Like one person, like a single point of failure. Like somebody having access to two two sections of the paper and like all the questions of that paper. Like how can you have just a single point of failure? Like
Exactly.
uh, yeah, if you're designing a system for a high stakes thing, the design should be such that nobody has access to everything. Like even if
Everything.
they want to leak, even if there is a failure point, they can only leak say 10 questions. They can't leak everything. So
Exactly.
the design should be robust and the whole process should be designed in such a way. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think they need to revamp this whole thing. They need to change how they are setting up the question papers and how many people are involved and how trustworthy they are. Like all the background checks and you know
Exactly.
all the checks that they need to do for these people have to be very strong.
Exactly. Yeah. Also, I was going through some causes regarding this paper leak. So, yeah, one thing you said that is single point failure. Like the whole, if you want to conduct the examination for 2.8 million people in a single day, that too pen and paper tests. So that requires a logistic which can be imagined. So yeah, that kind of put itself to failure because
Mm.
you can't have this much logistics, this much. people involved and expect it to behave like a foolproof system, right?
Yeah.
And and also the like to conduct a pen paper exam, you have many phases, many steps where the paper can leak. People need
Mm.
paper needs to be printed. So that's one thing. Stored in a locker, like
Mm.
distributed, and there also it will stored. And
Mm.
with thousands of I think checkpoint is there, and
Yeah.
even if from one paper can leak, so whole 2.8 million people suffers.
Yeah.
Right. So
There
yeah,
is absolutely no need for a physical logistical system
exactly,
for
exactly,
these exams, right? You can easily convert, like, have an online, like, computer based exam. Why do you need to have a pen and paper exam in this day and age? I think
exactly.
JEE is already
Yeah,
the
they are
computer
based
based.
computer based. Yeah,
Yeah, so if they
totally.
can do it, why can't NEET do that? So
So
yeah.
that's why I think JEE papers are very robust, and
Mm.
there's no leaks of IIT
Yeah,
JEE per se.
yeah. Like, are these like subjective
No, no,
questions?
no,
Like,
no, no, no,
NEET
no,
is
no,
also a
no.
multiple choice kind of an.
Yeah, multiple choice only.
Then what's the need for a paper-based system?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly,
this is
exactly.
just ridiculous.
And also, they like in India, there's a boom of education institutes like the coaching institute, and they have become so entrenched, like they have become so big that they become a mafia kind. And due
Yeah.
to be relevant and to be number one, they
Mm.
also influence these teachers and all the step in that logistical point to
Yeah, absolutely. Many
extract paper.
actors who are incentivized to leak the paper somehow. Yeah,
Exactly.
and the system has to fight against all those actors. And the only way to do that, like only reliable way to do that, is just to not have a physical logistical system involved
Exactly.
in the process. It has to be an online computer based system. Yeah.
Also,
So
I was shocked to know that the NTA doesn't have its own personnel for preparing the question paper. They are dependent on contractual staff and uh, on deputation staff from on deputation. So that's kind of a
yeah,
very
yeah.
uh,
The this person who was involved in this, like one person. I think there are multiple people involved in this leak, but one person that I read about, she was a teacher somewhere in some school in Pune,
Pune, yeah,
right? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's obvious that some actor in this system can be can easily leak
exactly.
stuff. So yeah, uh, yeah. I think the whole system has to change. And education minister, I think Dharmendra Pradhan, or I think education minister.
Hmm, hmm.
I think he said eventually the exam will become computer based, but
But,
I don't think he gave any timeline for it. Um, I think it's high time that we move away from this whole physical system.
yeah, but we know we have the know-how, right? IIT conducts
Yeah,
and
it's
in similar scale, not
yeah. You don't
that
have to
not
reinvent a new system or
reinvent
like
the new
come
system.
up
Yeah,
with something innovative to conduct
exactly.
this. We already know how to do it, so yeah, just reuse that technology and that processes in other places. Yeah,
Yeah, so the
hopefully.
if you want to like the solve this leak issue, so one thing you said is CBT based exam, right? The computer based testing centers. So that kind of solves the issue. And one thing is the blockchain based auditing trail. Like if you like if if suppose if you alter or if you want to alter that like some I saw that blockchain based system uh, of further foolproof the uh, robustness of the system, because you can't have any unauthorized or like you can modify the data or without the ledger
Yeah,
as a whole.
yeah, like the non fungible tokens thing. Like it's not fungible. So,
Yeah,
but
I mean, you don't need blockchain for all of this. Like you have all the cryptographic technologies, like normal standard computer
Hmm.
security, cryptographic techniques
Hmm.
to secure the process.
Hmm.
Like say for example, banks. Like banks do all the transactions and everything, and they have to make sure the transactions are reliable and non-fungible and all of that. And they have normal standard cryptographic process
Hmm.
to ensure
Right.
that. So
Yeah.
you don't need to invent anything new, anything fancy like blockchain based methods. You just reuse whatever we are using for the IIT for this exam. I think that's all. But I think there are maybe already bad actors who are influencing the decision making in NTA.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it is in their interest that the exam stays in the physical form, and I think maybe they it's thanks to them that we haven't moved to a digital test yet. Like all these
Exactly.
maybe big coaching institutes who
Hmm.
will somehow leak the paper and they want it to be leakable.
Exactly. So yeah, I was researching about this topic that how other countries do this kind of
Mm.
high level test. So in South Korea, I think Sonyong test, and it's very it's known for its absolute seclusion. The teachers and professors who are tasked with setting the question papers are I think had taken to a very heavily guarded facility in mountainous region and they're made to stay there. I think more than 50 days. Sorry, a month. And
Mm.
after completion of test, only they can go back to their room. Go back to their own place.
Yeah, you need at least for show, at least for symbolic reasons, you need these kind of processes
Hmm.
to showcase everyone and to prove the credibility of the system.
Yeah, but they are very strict. They don't allow phone, internet, even the trash are checked.
But I mean, you would need that, no? Like at least for
Yeah, exactly,
whoever is
exactly. Yeah,
involved in setting the questions, setting up the paper, you would need that kind of checks and
exactly.
balances in place. Yeah.
And in China also, say similarly, the question papers are treated as a state secrets. Like the military level deployment is done, drone based
Mm.
jammers and all. Uh,
Mm.
it's very
Yeah.
so yeah, and I think in China also, professors or teachers heading the paper are required to stay in an heavily guarded facility like the same like in South Korea.
Yeah. Yeah. Such a process is respecting uh, all the examinees, right? Like there are
Exactly,
2.8
yeah.
million students
I-
appearing for this exam. You have to respect
Respect that,
and
yeah, exactly.
yeah, respect their time because now they have delayed this NEET for 1 month or something. So you're just uh, disrespecting students'
Students, exactly.
this
And
time and their mental health and everything. So
their career in
their
some
career
sense.
as well. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you have to take this thing seriously. NTA has to improve their processes for sure.
Exactly. So yeah, India has successfully built, not successfully, but indigenously built 500 megawatt electrical fast feeder reactor and also attained criticality. The breeder has fast breeder has attained criticality.
Hmm.
So it's a major milestone in India's nuclear program, nuclear energy program. Um, so yeah, this indigenously built fast breeder reactor at Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu. Uh, first attained criticality on 6th April 2026. Uh, it's a very with this we are officially entering the second stage of the three stages nuclear energy program first conceived by very visionary Dr. Homi Jahangir Baba the architect of India's nuclear program. It has such important significance that only other than India, only Russia uh, has done this fast breeder. Russia has this fast breeder system operational. So this
Hmm.
why this is important is uh, we don't have any uranium reserves. Uh, which the first stage, I think, pressurized heavy water reactors, which the current the nuclear power plant use uranium as a fuel, right? So India don't have any. I think only 1.5 or to 2% of world reserve is there, and that's too. It's very not feasible to mine those or to get those. So, but India has a large deposit of thorium. I think 25% of world's thorium is in India. So Dr. Homi Jahangir Baba has conceptualized the three stages of our nuclear energy program. So after this criticality has been achieved, we have officially entered the second stage. And after the after the third stage becomes operational, like the three stages of nuclear energy becomes operational, we'll be, I think, sitting on a century's worth of electricity.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's so. Nimish, do you care to explain what are the three stages of
Yeah. Yeah,
India's
it's very
nuclear energy
interesting.
program?
Yeah. So I think the first stage, as you mentioned, are the traditional nuclear power plants where you use enriched uranium. So U-235. You need that in as a fuel in those reactors.
Hmm.
And U-235 is rare. Like even if you have uranium reserves, it's mostly U-238. And U-238 is not fissile. It's not fissile material. Only
Hmm.
U-235 is fissile material. So you can't use U-238 as a fuel.
Sure.
So U-235 is used in stage one, but the output of stage one, so the nuclear, after the nuclear reaction happens and you generate electricity, the waste that comes out of phase one nuclear reactors is uranium-238 again. U-235 gets spent and then gets converted to U-238.
Plutonium and plutonium.
And
239.
plutonium as well. And plutonium as well. So that's stage one, and I think most of the reactors in the world today are that kind of reactors. The second stage that we achieved with this fast breeder reactions, they don't use U-235 as a fuel. They don't need U-235. They use plutonium, which is also an output of the
Output of first, yeah.
first phase reactors. That's now the input for this second phase reactors. You use plutonium and you also use U-238, which is also a
Uranium.
waste of
Hmm.
the first reaction process. U-238. So you use plutonium and uranium-238 in the second phase reactors, and it's also a very interesting kind of reactor where plutonium is again fissile, so it can produce neutrons and it can start a chain reaction. U-238 can't do that by itself, but once plutonium is the core of that reaction, it starts the chain reaction. It can convert. It can the neutrons can hit the uranium blanket, so you can use uranium blanket around
Hmm.
the plutonium
Yeah.
U-238 blanket, and the neutrons from the plutonium chain reaction can hit the uranium blanket and can convert this U-235 again to plutonium. Sorry, U-238 again to plutonium,
Hmm.
which is again the fuel for that reactor. So this is like
Exactly.
breeder,
Breeder reactor.
because it's sort of breeding its own fuel. So you
Yeah. They need
use
more fuel.
plutonium. Yeah, you use plutonium as fuel. You add some uranium to it. Uranium gets converted to again plutonium, which is again the fuel for these reactors. So they're creating their own fuel in the process by
Hmm.
using the waste from the phase one reactors. This is very interesting, like use of the waste of the phase
Exactly.
one
Exactly.
reactor. And this process is in fact very efficient. Like it creates 70 to 80 times more energy
compared to the phase one reactors. So they're very good.
Exactly.
And they can produce a lot of energy with less amount of fuel.
High
Uh,
efficiency.
Very high efficiency, yeah. And the interesting thing is, again, all this plutonium and U-238, these are wastes. And everywhere else in the world where they have nuclear reactors, they're generating this waste. And there the question is how to dispose this waste in a safe way. And you have all these questions. We can just use all this waste now in our reactor as a fuel. So instead of addressing the waste disposal problem, you can just convert that waste into fuel for in these kind of reactors. So
Exactly.
it's a very like such a win-win kind of a thing. No, you are
Closed loop
use
system.
the closed loop system. Yeah, and it's I'm surprised why other countries don't do this though. Like why there's
Exactly. Yeah.
only one reactor in Russia that's active, that's
Yeah. One
operational.
reactor.
France had a reactor, but that went out of operation in 1996 or something. Japan also had it, but then they also decommissioned it. So now only India and Russia will have this reactor. Maybe
And what
it's
about
more
that?
complex.
What about the third stage?
Yeah, so this is second stage where the waste and output of phase one is the input of this phase two or
Phase
stage
two.
two. Um, Now, so as I mentioned in stage two, you have plutonium core and uranium blanket, and
Blanket. Yeah.
uranium gets converted to plutonium, and it's a breeder thing. Now we can also have a thorium blanket in stage two. So in addition to uranium, you can also add thorium blanket to this stage two reactor, and that this whole chain reaction
Thorium blanket with the core of like the output of
plutonium.
stage two. Yeah, output of stage
Yeah,
two.
stage two. Yeah, so you reuse the plutonium that got converted from uranium blanket. You use that plutonium again, and now add a thorium blanket. Now that reaction will convert thorium to U-233.
Exactly.
So so
Which is the
that
input
converts
for
again.
phase one.
No, it's not U-235. So it's U-233.
233. Three. Yeah.
233, uh, which is again fissile. So
Fissile. Okay.
it's not 235 kind of fissile, like it's not like enriched uranium, but it's U-233,
Okay.
uh, which can be used in a thorium reactor. So
Thorium reactor.
thorium again
Okay.
is not fissile. Thorium is not fissile, so you have to do something to thorium to convert it to some other thing to use it as a reactor fuel. So in stage two, you can add thorium, convert it into U-233, which becomes fissile. But that can't be used in phase one reactor. You need a different kind of reactor now, which is the stage three
Okay.
reactor. So in stage three reactor, you can
Okay.
add U-233 and thorium to
Thorium.
start
Exactly.
to kickstart the chain reaction. But the key here is you just need U-233 to start the reaction. You don't need it to sustain the reaction. So you
Mm-hmm.
add U-233 to stage three, start the reaction, add thorium. Once that reaction becomes sustained, you can just keep adding thorium to the stage three reaction, and then it's a self-sustaining reaction after that. So
Exactly.
then we can have centuries of fuel that way, centuries of
Exactly.
power that way, because we have a lot of thorium reserves. So once we
Hmm.
can kickstart the stage three reaction, then we are done. Then we can just basically have infinite source of not like practically infinite source of
Practically
energy
inferred.
because of our thorium reserves. So that's the I think the grand vision of Dr. Baba, that we have to get to that point where we can make the thorium reactor self-sustaining. Once we get that to that point, we can use all our thorium reserves. So it's
Very,
yeah, it's a very
very
ambitious and
interesting.
very it's a game-changing plan. Like it's if we
Game
can get
changing.
to
Exactly.
that kind of stage three reaction, yeah, we will solve our energy problem basically.
And
Yeah.
also this nuclear is a self-sustaining, right? So the electricity will be constantly produced. So it will be a very ideal contender for I think this data center operations and which require continuous base base power.
For
So
everything, not just data
everything.
center, for everything, because the main issue with renewable energies like the solar power, wind power,
Hmm.
and everything is that it's an intermittent source of energy. All these are
Hmm.
intermittent sources because if you don't have sun, you don't have solar power. If you don't have wind, you don't have wind power.
Hmm.
And when you don't have wind and solar power, you need to have a backup, which is normally a conventional gas powered or coal powered power plant uh, to have a continuous supply of energy, right? So
Hmm.
we don't have a good non like a good substitute of fossil fuels for continuous source of energy. And
Exactly.
nuclear reactors are like they are the sort of reliable source of energy. But it becomes they are basically always on, right? So
Exactly. Always on.
once we have these always on reactors that can power our entire need of energy, yeah, that's the ideal goal that we don't even need to care about solar or wind intermittency or those kind of
Exactly.
issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what about the byproducts of all these stages? They still produce nuclear radioactive materials somewhat, right?
I think not as dangerous as stage one, as the stage one reactor, because stage one output is due to 238. I think that's dangerous, but due to 38 will get used in stage two, and output of stage two is plutonium, which will again be used in stage two itself, and U-233 if thorium is added. So that will be used in stage three again. So
So it's a
I
closed loop,
think,
but some I think some amount of waste will be generated, right?
but much less and much less dangerous
Much less. Hmm.
than stage one. I think stage one is more dangerous. I think the output of
Hmm.
stage three will be again thorium. When thorium is, I don't think it's that as dangerous as
Output of stage
U-238.
three will be thorium only.
Like some isotope of thorium, like
Some amount of
some
thorium. Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think in terms of waste, like the world has figured out how to handle the waste of stage one. So we will be able to handle stage two and stage three output.
Hmm.
I
Exactly.
think we just have to get there. But keep in mind that stage two, like once stage two becomes operational and it becomes a sustained thing, it will require at least 4 to 5 decades to even start stage three. So this process is not
Why?
that quick. So even this conversion of so stage two is a breeder reaction. It creates its own fuel, but not very quickly. Uh, one stage two reactor has to run for 15 years to create enough fuel for another stage two reactor. It takes 15 years to breed the
But
plutonium required for
I thought
another stage.
the fission is a chain reaction, right? So I think it will exponentially increase the
No, no, I think
fission
it takes
material, huh?
time. It takes time for you to 235 to convert to plutonium, and uh, I mean it for that reactor it's sustaining, but it will also create extra plutonium for another reactor. First reactor, if you keep
Okay.
it running for 15 years, it will create enough plutonium for another reactor, but it requires 15 years. And
Yeah,
then
but
you can
we can source that plutonium from somewhere else, right?
no, but the plan is to basically keep using
Yeah, yeah.
because we have a lot of U-238 which we want to use
Okay, okay, okay,
because there
okay.
is a lot of cheap waste U-238 around. We want to use that, but to use that you
Hmm.
need to run the reactor for 15 years to convert it to enough
Okay, okay. Yeah,
plutonium
yeah.
for another reactor.
Yeah,
So
I got your point.
we want to keep using U-238 from other sources. Yeah.
I think we can compress that window into the more manageable time frame.
No, I think it's a physical thing. No, it's a like e-
Yeah, but suppose we yeah, it's a physical thing. Yeah, okay.
like the amount of conversion that happens from U-238 to plutonium, like the extra plutonium that you create.
If we but if we want to if we if only if you want to use the waste products, right? But if you want to use the uranium 238 standalone uranium 238, like if we, so that can fast track the process, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you have unlimited, like, there is no limit on the source of plutonium and uranium, then you can have 6 breeder reactions working. But I think there's some bottleneck somewhere.
I thought so because yeah.
I think the plan is not to. I think the plan is to get more breeder reactors up and running soon. But um, yeah, there's some delay required. So I think stage three can only start working in 40, 50 years. Can be operational after 40, 50 years of stage one, stage second's kickstart.
Okay.
Because also, I think for stage three, we will need to add thorium to this whole process in stage two to
Hmm.
convert thorium to
Hmm.
U-233,
Hmm.
and then we will need enough U-233 to then start stage three. So
Hmm.
that will take time.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
There is
Yeah,
no other source of U-233. There's no natural
233.
source of U-233. The only
Hmm.
way to get to 233 is through
Yeah,
stage
exactly.
two,
That must be the
stage
bottleneck.
the stage two reaction, and then it will take time for
Hmm.
accumulating enough U-233 to kickstart the stage three reactor. Yeah,
Exactly. Interesting time. So still a long way to go. But yeah,
long, but like 40, 50 years is not that long
it's not that long.
for a country's self-sustaining energy source, right? Like if we can manage to
Exactly.
get there in 50 years even, then it will still be a game-changing thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Also, I was thinking that we have all this sophisticated nuclear, like atomic level technology for what? To boil water and make electricity from that, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah, like a lot of, yeah, such an
right?
advanced level of nuclear physics involved to boil water. It's a
To
boiler
boil water.
at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
it's a boiler. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a boiler, but yeah, this cutting edge physics required to
Cutting things.
create a boiler. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
But
I think
this is nothing compared to fusion reactors, right? Like the complexities involved in fusion reactor, and
yeah.
it will also be a boiler at the end of the day, but a
Yeah,
fusion boiler.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's also can we not produce electricity without this boiler?
Yeah,
Can we?
I think we can. I think fusion, some fusion reactors, I think they don't involve. They can directly generate electricity. There is some direct step which skip some of the conventional nuclear reactor steps. I think they don't involve heating up water or something. They can directly use the electrons getting emitted from the
Oh,
fusion reaction and somehow convert those electrons to electricity without an intermediate step, a thermal step, something like that. So there is
that
something there
will
in fusion.
that will
Yeah.
increase the efficiency like anything.
But I think efficiency, like even if say the process is 80% efficient, if we
Eight
can
zero, 80.
80 the
80
energy
is very high. 80 is
very high,
too
it's
much.
not
Very
really
high. Yeah. Normally it's
not
around I think 30%.
30%, huh?
35%, I think.
Yeah, then maybe that efficiency sharing step would be useful. um but I think the bottleneck is not that efficiency limit, no, like even if it's 30% efficient, if we can make use of the thorium reserves, like we have centuries worth of thorium reserves, we just don't know how to use
Mm-hmm.
it. We have
Exactly.
to solve that problem. An efficiency problem will maybe give us 3x 4x boost,
Hmm.
like, but that's not, yeah, that's of course substantial, but we want
the
China,
first.
I think China is pushing for fusion, right? And we are pushing for this fixed this
Yeah,
nuclear program.
China is investing heavily in fusion. And also,
Mm.
some private companies in the US, they are also
Yeah,
uh,
they also, yeah, exactly.
developing the next generation fusion reactors and things like that.
Mm.
But I think we discussed this,
Mm.
the toroidal
Mm.
fusion reactor in
Mm.
one of our episodes. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. But once that is solved, we will solve all our energy problems. Once fusion is
exactly.
solved, like that's the
Fusion
holy
is
grail.
holy grail. That's like having our whole private sun, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we will have infinite source of energy after that.
Infinite. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, China is still thinking long term.
yeah. It is, but I think we are also doing
We're
the right
also in
thing
a
by pursuing fusion. Yeah, like,
doing
we
what's
have
in
thorium
our
reserves,
interest.
so
Yeah,
yeah, why not? Why not go for that?
exactly, exactly.
And we are seeing some success with like stage two working. So it's a bit late. It was supposed to start working in 2010, so we are 15 years late for stage two. But better late than never. And
That's what I was going to say.
yeah, so yeah, if we can now stay on track for stage three, that will be good. Yeah,
That will be
that will
good,
be a game
exactly.
changer for sure. Mm.
So yeah, Nimish, anything else in this topic? Nuclear reaction, nuclear and nuclear bomb?
No, I think it's an
We covered it.
exciting thing that will change our fortunes if everything goes according to plan. We will be self-reliant uh, energy-wise in 60,
Exactly.
70 years. So it's exciting. We may not be around by then, but yeah, the future generation will reap the
Maybe. Yeah,
benefits. Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, Nimish, what about the progress on health on goals? Right? We have made various goals
Let's
in
change gears
channel.
and discuss our goals, huh?
Discuss our
Yeah.
goals. Yeah.
Um, Unfortunately, no progress. In fact, um, a decline in
Decline.
in not progress, but what's the opposite of progress? Decline, maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
regress. I regressed
Regress. Regress.
in my pursuit of health goals. I have not been able to regularly go to the gym or
Chess.
uh,
Are you playing chess?
I'm playing chess, but I wanted to
Yeah, opening
uh,
strategies that you wanted to try
yeah, I
opening
wanted
strategies.
to learn
Learn.
and develop my chess skills, not just play chess. So I think that is not happening. I bought, I said, I'm went for cycling a few times last month. So I bought a cycling stand, like a car cycling stand where you can
Oh, yeah.
uh, uh, you load a cycle on the back of a
Uh,
car and then take the cycle somewhere and then do cycling there. So I did that and that was fun. I went to
that's
some random
that's
cycling trails,
that's good.
yeah, scenic cycling trails far from my place. So that was fun. Uh, but yeah, I think that's the only highlight in terms of health goals. uh, Also, other goals. I think I'm not making progress on any of the other goals.
What about your penultimate goal? Ultimate goal.
Ultimate goal, yeah,
Spending
no,
time.
and that's thankfully that's going good.
Yeah.
I am
Fingers crossed.
spending, yeah, I'm spending time with my girlfriend, so that's yeah, that thankfully that's not derailed. That's on
That's
track.
a silver lining.
Yeah. So I'm happy about that. But hopefully, summer is around the corner. So once the weather improves, the days will become longer, and I will have more time to uh, for
Exactly.
activities after work and uh, make some progress. So
Optimistic in my outlook.
I'm optimistic. Yeah, I'm optimistic. Yes. How about you, Nikhil? How's your
Uh, I think my
progress?
health goals are mostly met. The
Are you doing that daily, meeting the daily goals as well, like push-ups and sit-ups and all of
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
that's
I'm doing.
nice.
So like you're
Actually, yeah,
incrementing
yeah,
by 5
incrementing.
as well.
Yeah, I
Uh,
am right now at 25 push-ups, 25 squats, and 25 lunges a day.
that's impressive. That's really impressive. Uh, and
Yeah,
how did you find
that's
this incremental approach? Did it help? Like 5,
yeah,
10, 15?
yeah,
Like
exactly. It helps. Actually, it's as the increments are increasing, as the volume is increasing from 10 to 15 to 25. It's hard. It's hard in the starting, but after like I've been doing 25 push-ups, 25 squats, 25 lunges from 15 days, right?
uh,
So now I am very much. I can do 20 easily, and I can do 25 pushingly. So yeah,
hmm.
it's a welcome step. So that's I think a very good thing.
Yeah, I think at some point this will plateau. Of course, this can't keep on going
Yeah,
forever. So
yeah,
at some
exactly.
point, you won't be able to
Some
increase by 5 after a limit.
exactly, exactly.
But even to get to that limit is an achievement, right?
Achievement, exactly,
And also, it takes longer. After every increment of 5, now
exactly.
it takes
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
like
yeah.
40, 50 minutes, and it used to take 15 minutes. So now even time
Exactly.
commitment
Time commitment.
increases every
Exactly,
month.
exactly,
So that makes it even
exactly.
harder.
Yeah,
But
no, yeah.
I'm glad you are on track and you are like
Yeah,
consistently doing maintaining your
yeah. I think in
daily.
this month I only skipped 2 times.
That's nice.
That too I was at I had some other commitments and that kind of thing. I was out of station, so
When do
I couldn't
you
do.
when do you do for like when do you go for this in the mornings
I
or
no,
evenings?
I try to do during my lunch hours before my lunch time. So I
But
try to.
are you able to find time? Like how much time does it take? For
It
25,
takes
25,
around
25, like
yeah, yeah.
75. Uh,
It takes around 20 minutes.
just 20 minutes. Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice. Yeah.
20, what time can 25 push up? 25 it's less, right? 25 can be done. But even in that 20, 25 minutes, I take break. Like I take 2 to 3 minutes break after a
Mm.
push up, 2 3 minutes break after squats, like that kind of thing. But
Yeah, then
I try to do 25 at a time.
yeah, you don't take a break in between. Like you go
Yeah,
for a single
yeah, I don't.
spell of 25
Yeah.
push-ups.
I don't do 25 in two sets. I
Mm.
try to do 25 in one set only. So that's
Mm.
kind of that kind of saves time. And
Mm.
I wanted to do in one set only because that was my goal to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. And during lunchtime, you would be in office, right? You won't be at home. So
No,
you do
no.
this at.
Yeah. I come to my home for
Oh, that's
lunch.
nice. Yeah, that's
So
good.
yeah,
That's good.
that's good.
Keep it up.
And
I'm inspired. I think if it only takes 20 minutes, maybe I should give it a go. Uh, 'Cause
you should
yeah, I've not been able to go to gym regularly. So maybe at least this at home
start. Yeah,
will keep me
start from
active.
5. Start from 5, and
Yeah,
then
no, I think
increasing.
I can start with 10, maybe not
Mm,
15. I mean, uh, yeah,
ah,
I think so.
you are gym buddy, right?
Not gym body, but but I think 10 should be doable. I think
Yeah,
for
that
me.
should be doable. Yeah, exactly.
15 maybe would be a stretch, but 10 should be doable.
Yeah, and sleep goals are mostly met. Sleep and step goals are mostly met. The goal
Tennis?
which tennis is I'm playing tennis daily, and I'm also consciously trying to improve some aspects of my game. Like you want to improve your opening, like I also want to improve my overall
Mm.
game, and I consciously do some things to improve my game and still
Like
under
you
progress.
try a different technique or you like
Yeah,
uh, like you try
I
different kind of serves or
recently
something like that. Yeah.
recently I recorded myself while playing the
Ooh.
game, and I uploaded some clips to the ChatGPT and told them to analyze
Wow.
as they are the best tennis coach in the world, and they have all the
Yeah.
scientific data and analyze my swing, analyze my pattern, analyze my
That's an
leg
impressive
work.
impressive use of AI.
creative use of AI. That's
Yeah,
nice. Was it helpful? Was it giving good tips or
yeah, yeah. It's good.
hallucinating?
Yeah, it's good. But we need to calibrate it more and more. Like I like I frame by frame looked at my shots and I asked
Mm,
was my racket pace down, is the top
mm,
spin good, is the biomechanics good, biomechanics good, and that kind of thing. So I think it's more or less has given good tips and good improvement tactics, which I am following. So so
that's really nice. I haven't used the video feature of ChatGPT yet, so maybe yeah, uploading a video and asking questions and feedback.
it's not 100% accurate. You have to you have to know what you're asking, at least
Yeah,
some uh,
yeah. I think you have to nudge it in the right
nudge it.
direction for getting the
Nudge it.
right
Yeah,
feedback.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. No, but still
uh,
sounds pretty useful. Um,
yeah, the one goal I am not able to achieve is reading books. It's
yeah. Same for me. Yeah, it's a tough
uh,
goal to be honest,
tough
but
goal.
tough goal in today's day and age. Like it's with all this
Exactly,
distractions around, it's hard to sit with a book for half an hour and like just read. It's just hard,
exactly.
but hard but
I am
important.
saying important, but
Yes.
what I'm trying to look for solutions for that. I am thinking about getting a Kindle or that kind of thing. So
It's not a solution, Nikhil. I mean, you will
because
still have distractions, no? How will you solve that? Yeah.
that's
How is the book different, or like a
but yeah,
physical book different
but
from Kindle?
this physical book is the Kindle is, I think, a digital, like we are already in our phone all day, right? So
Uh,
that kind of it's not very much different from the
mm.
digital experience which you are experiencing all day. So
Yes, I
maybe
agree.
yes, maybe it's not. I'm not sure, but I'm just thinking about it.
These gadgets at least help you motivate for a few months. Like when you buy
Yes,
a Kindle, you're motivated to
exactly.
use it, and then maybe that will help form a habit of reading. But I have seen people like getting a Kindle, using it for three
Exactly.
months, and then again that's getting dust in the corner. I think the challenging thing, the more difficult thing is to just develop that habit of just sitting with a book, like or
Without any
sitting
distraction,
without
without
any
any phone.
distraction, without a phone, just sit and just read something. I think that is becoming more and more challenging in today's
And
world.
that's I think a very rare thing nowadays to read a physical book and to
And that's why it's important. It's rare, it's difficult, and that's why I
that's
think we
why
should put more efforts into
exactly.
into developing a habit. But yeah, I'm just preaching and not following my own.
We'll try to do this reading book.
I was regular last year. I don't know what happened this year. Last year, like every night, I used to read. You're laughing. I think you know you know the answer. What happened this year? But I think I know the answer of what happened this year. But but yeah, I'll try to keep some time aside for reading.
Exactly.
I changed my goals as well. Like I added a goal of improving my spoken English and all of that as well. And I'm taking a English course. In fact, I'm taking a speaking like a
Speaking
spoken
of
English,
course,
yeah, spoken English course where
I too need to jump on that bandwagon.
I mean this course is will get reimbursed by my company, so I thought it's going to be for
Wow.
free. So why not try it out?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a
Actually,
one-to-one sort of a personal coaching kind of a thing, but
that's
it's not
good.
very useful to be
Not
honest.
usual.
Like I think it's too basic. Maybe it will. I don't know. I think it's too basic, and I think the key for becoming fluent in any language is to just practice and use the language as much as
Mm,
you can.
mm,
So
mm.
the courses can like maybe
it will help me speak for 20 hours or 20 lectures. But after that, I just need to basically continue using the language and just continue practicing.
But you may be conversing in English, right? In your day to day.
Yeah, I am. I am. That helps. But I was hoping for some like feedback and
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
normally you don't get feedback. Mm, People around you don't give you active feedback about your mispronunciation or mistakes and so
Mm,
on. So I was hoping for some feedback. Um, but that's not happening. And in these lectures also, they just have a conversation, and I have to actively ask for feedback. Like, can you please
mm,
tell me what I
mm,
did wrong and things like that. So it's not really well structured, I would say.
mm.
But now I think with your Chat GPT idea, maybe I can just upload my own audio or something and ask Chat GPT to give me feedback.
Exactly. Yeah,
And it's very easy to also transcribe your audio to text and then just upload that text to a grammar tool and ask, like, look for grammar mistakes and all of that.
but
So,
they can also analyze the audio. You can say that analyze my speech, analyze my tone, analyze my like what I'm saying, filler words.
yeah. Yeah, I think I will try using that. So in fact, the English course thing, they also have a tool and they also have this kind of analysis of audio. So I'm using that. And they highlight the mispronunciation of words and all of that. But it's helpful, but yeah,
Not that helpful.
it's helpful. I think I just have to use it more. I just have to practice more with that tool. So instead of the
Mm.
one-to-one lecture, that tool is in fact more useful. I should use that more, practice with that tool more. Yeah. Okay.
So
I
yeah,
mean,
good, Nimesh.
yeah, hopefully, yeah, things improve. And the only way
Yeah.
is up. There's, yeah, we
Only way to
just,
get better is to practice, right?
yeah, the only way to get better is practice. Yeah. So you just need to be patient and practice and improve.
Exactly. Good, Nimesh. So
Anything
yeah,
else?
nothing else. Let's close our podcast. Let's
All
close this
right.
episode. Okay, bye
Hopefully, we
bye.
will record one more soon, another
Hopefully.
next episode soon. All right.
Bye.
Bye,
Good
Nikhil.
night.